Now the Michigan man, Jake Moody, to get us started.
And off we go from MetLife Stadium.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Carr going to throw right away. Open man, that's Malik Neighbors. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10
at the 45-yard line.
Quickly into the hands of Neighbors off the RPO.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down.
The Giants had 5 and 6 to start play, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
Now run straight ahead with Warren.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. He'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down.
I tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
Throwing now is Carr.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
This is taken around the 12. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Daniels.
Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Daniels. That's complete to the rookie from UCLA.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
To throw is Daniels.
They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Now 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Flush to his right. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down. Complete here. It's Hyde. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 17-yard line. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
In motion goes the tight end. Now Daniels. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. And he takes it in for a Commanders touchdown. Mike Gesicki with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Commanders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Moody good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And this will be a Giants first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. No gain on the play there, second down.
These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in week 4, and it was the Giants with a road victory, so they'll look for the sweep here in MetLife Stadium.
Hey, we're good.
Here's Carr to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not seeing...
Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up.
Now. What's up?
Carr now to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Daniels looking to throw.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him, but even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Let's go now. 2nd and 16.
To the air goes Daniels.
And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Up the middle they go. Horn. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Boy, stays up, but in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down.
Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright.
And all the ball's out. Hyde fumbled it, and the Giants have it. It's picked up.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
There's a short one caught by Johnson. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Carr going to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Giants 1st down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
To throw, it's Carr.
Got his man. It's Warren.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
And the catch made by Johnson. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Washington on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Raider one.
On the give, it's Warren. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
When you're dead last in the NFL in 3rd down conversions, the odds are against you every time you face it. How about them picking up that one? That was big for them.
Now Carr. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. The catches for him just keep piling up in his career. He's now at 1,024, and that ties Isaac Bruce, the number that he had back in the day.
Yeah, part of the greatest show on turf. And remember, Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt combined for nearly 2,000 catches in their careers. He might get to 2,000 himself with the numbers he's posting up there. Keeps himself in great shape. He might go for it.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Carr now on 3rd and goal. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the now 40-year-old veteran able to put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
Remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Giants are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings them up 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with a 7-3 lead, we'll see how aggressive they want to be.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Open man, that's Gesicki down the field.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Working out of the gun, Daniels.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Commanders will extend their lead here just before halftime. Moody good with the extra point.
And that pushes the lead up to 11.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And this ball is not going to get to the 20, so this is going to be whistled dead, and the ball's going to be placed up at the 40-yard line.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. The final shot here before half for Carr. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Jeremy Chinn picks it off. And the Commanders are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Ready for the second half. 14-3 our score as we are back underway on EA Sports. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought...
And it's intercepted.
Down the left sideline.
Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
Down. .734. Easy, kill. That's up.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Here's Nick Folk now on for the field goal. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away.
Folk's kick is good.
And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now.
Well, the 3 points certainly helps, but you feel like, Charles, at this stage of the game, when you force those turnovers, you need to start converting them into touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised myself because I thought in this situation they were thinking end zone or bust. Now they got to rely on their defense, get the ball back again for another opportunity to get 6 points.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. The last drive for this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in one play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well because it's not quite no harm, no foul, but the interception, hey, shake it off, move on. Hasn't cost your team the lead, and now it's time to rebound. And the quarterback and his teammates, they can add to the lead with a good drive here.
2nd and 10. Here's Daniels.
He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki.
Look at the big fella go. Inside the 10. And he'll score. Touchdown, Commanders.
Mike Gesicki with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And now it's blocked, but he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I rarely question anyone's effort on the field, but normally you give up a touchdown like that, a long-distance play, there's usually not a lot of resistance on the extra point. In this case, though, boy, they bowed their backs and got after it, didn't they?
A little revenge. Nicely done.
Yeah, way to go. Get in there, block it, and show them that they're still fighting.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
What now?
And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder, puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
He'll drop this underneath for Jones.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Here's Carr. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply, if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
Open man downfield is Johnson. And all the way in. Touchdown. New York. A great play there. 49 yards. And the Giants have got it back to within a score. Extra point up and good by Folk. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Commander's 1st down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. To throw is Daniels. Over the middle, complete. It's Robinson. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 45-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll run this one right with Robinson. And I think the ball's out. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Calling an 8-yard gain, much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Here now, 3rd and a yard.
Monday, down. 29. 29. What's it on?
Here's Carr to throw.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll go for it. It's Carr.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation, but they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Again, they'll throw with Carr. Caught on the right side by Jones. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out.
From the 33, here's a 2nd down and 4.
Down. 808. 280.
Carr now to throw. Caught by Allen.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 18.
15 yards there on the catch and run.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
What's up?
Working from the gun, it's Carr.
Throws to his man on the out route. It's complete. That's Robinson.
And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down.
Monday, down. White Monday, down. What's it hot?
From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
That solid gainer will put them on the doorstep to the end zone. More importantly, it gives them a fresh set of downs. Nice work right there.
That's up.
Throwing now is Carr.
This is caught. It's Robinson with a Giants touchdown.
4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Daniels. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Daniels. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks. Pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Washington going to send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Taken from just outside the 30. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
734. Express.
Running left, it's Warren. Room here to run. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 43 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Carr. That's caught left side by Neighbors. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it,
comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Now Carr. That's complete. It's Neighbors. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts.
That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter.
Monday, down.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Now Carr. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr.
And the Giants have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Folk connects on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
It's complete to Robinson. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. 2 important parts to that play. 1, you get a 1st down, obviously. Charles, 2, managed to get out of bounds.
Love the way you dissected that, but he threw it in the middle of the field. So they picked up the 1st down, but he had to work his way to the sideline to stop the clock. What a great effort.
Daniels looking to throw.
Flushed out right. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Now 2nd and 4. To the air goes Daniels.
Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 45-yard line. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
Now you have to like the play calling, because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
With plenty of time to work with here, but the timeouts, they're gone. Here's 1st and 10.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. They'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Jaden Daniels.
An 18-yard touchdown run.
And the Commanders are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
The extra point, a vital one, and he gets it to go. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Now, 180. 180. We're good. What's up?
Carr to throw.
Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the 1st down.
Carr. Able to find Jones.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Later one. Down. That's it.
Here's Carr. This one swung out here to Jones.
Very sharp here to start this drive, 3 for 3.
Yeah, I like the way he's running this 2-minute drill. Very sharp, very precise in throwing the football.
Well, just a gigantic play here, both sides. This is 3rd and inches.
That's it.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10.
6:37.
Throwing his Carr. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. A handoff for Warren.
Well, I guess at the very least, they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
And now they're going to get the timeout. So a huge play has them in field goal range with a chance to possibly send this one to OT. And this one is right through. And the Giants win the football game.